Thank you so much, and it's really a great pleasure to be here. I'm going to kind of tell a story about who we are, what we're doing, and along the way, kind of talk about the challenges we had and some success we had, and what's our road forward. I'm Asan Chaudhary. I oversee UTEP's Aerospace and Defense Initiative. So, as a doctoral student, I received a grant, a planning grant from when I was at University of Oklahoma from NASA-NSF program, which is under NASA Office of Education. That grant allowed me also to go and visit NASA Glenn and do a small research as well as an internship opportunity in NASA Glenn. A decade later, Office of Education allowed me to build a research program in University of Texas, El Paso. So I'm just a walking example of the impact of NASA Office of Education and primarily NASA Office of STEM Education. So we built through Office of STEM program is a Center for Aerospace and Exploration Technology Research. When I arrived in UTEP in 2001, I wanted to do an aerospace. It was extremely difficult to convince UTEP to invest, like many other minority schools, because the money is not there, infrastructure is not there. But it was the right thing to do. And El Paso is the home of 800,000 people, 84% of the Hispanics. And our university has over 85% Hispanic, 94% US citizens. This is the right place to do aerospace because it's a humongous need of aerospace workforce. But without having infrastructure, without having a strategy focus of university, a lowly assistant professor was a really difficult journey. It was something big, but it's my students who convinced me that this is the right thing to do. And many of them are really high up in NASA and doing exciting things. But any minority university, the biggest challenge is a zero-sum budget. They always have difficulty to invest on a particular area, bringing enough people to get a critical growth. So that was a 9-year challenge for me to get to that point where university consider it is in a strategic area. It is no fault of university, it is how minority school operates with a limited budget, try to keep the tuition really low because if you try to increase the tuition, you're gonna price out the people you like to serve. Plus, we are open access university. That means we allow everybody to come in because this is our goal, this is our mission, this is what we believe in. That in 21st century America, everybody should have a shot to the higher education. Nobody should tell anybody that just because you had a poor grade in high school, you're not going to be admitted. As an institution, that was our goal. But to excel in a situation like that, you have students coming who are financially challenged, who are mental-wise challenged. There are many challenges exist to take them and create a really great engineering program. Our research program is a lot of things to do. But we knew that's the right thing to do. And we went some basic thing. We believe that if you build infrastructure, if you train students well, and if you place them well, that's what you need to do. Well, building infrastructure is not that easy. Really take the students and creating a program is also not that easy. But if you just focus on basic elements of creating a research program which focus on a student, a research program that has many graduate students than postdoc, then you can actually do that. The challenges in minority university, like there's a lot of opportunity exists because you're tapping a amount of talents that many people don't have. El Paso with 800,000 people, the talents, nobody was going in aerospace industry for our community, from an institution. A small program there will make a remarkable impact. So if you look at my journey, it's kind of like pointed out the journey. I started with 4 students in 600 square feet of space, and get a Missile Defense Agency 250 here. And then 2009, in between a lot of struggle, begging, but we learned how to write proposal. But if you're a minority university faculty, you know that there is a perception bias against you. Okay, that means that if you write a proposal, somebody write from a big university, despite your proposal is good, you're not gonna get it. Because the reviewer will believe that you're gonna do the work. Well, we wrote a lot of proposals, 40 proposals first year, 1 got funded. A lot of pride in closed door. But slowly start to build the program. When 2009 we get the UTEP support, people start to believe in us because NASA name was attached to it. And then we start to bring Lockheed Martin. Initially Lockheed didn't believe in us, but then slowly start to believe in this program. Last 9 years produced 400 engineers, 400 Hispanic engineers, and put in aerospace and defense workforce. Lockheed Martin F-35 program, largest defense acquisition. I have 200 kids in F-35 program coming out the program. It can be done. You can see that I'm not there yet. Right now, our program is 150 students. But there are other 100 students who are waiting in the pipeline to get into this research program. Sometimes it breaks my heart that I cannot create. I ran out of capacity. So we have to go 600 people. Well, from 150 to 600 research assistants is a lot of money we'll have to get, okay, to do that. So what I'm saying that all those things are there. All those limitations are there. But we believe what's really needed for our community, what's needed for our students or our country, it can be done by convincing university, by convincing your system, by convincing agency to bring the resources and industry partner. So we have this really comprehensive map. Okay, we don't do only one thing. From K-12, right now, focusing a lot of small business development and aerospace and defense fire contractor. In between, curriculum innovation, scholarship, fellowship, integrated research training. A piece puzzle trying to put together so that we can have more and more students from El Paso zip codes represented in aerospace and defense industry. It's kind of like a comprehensive program to do that. And we follow the NASA Office of Mystery model. I really took that in heart and tried to implement that into university. Our biggest metrics, only time we call it a success, is that when our students get employed. Papers, all of things are important for me. But nothing matters to it unless the students get a job. If students coming from a $20,000 family income make $140,000 in Lockheed Martin, yes, that's what we call is done, right? So NASA Office of STEM Education is very near, and we implemented that in across our institution. Okay, it's the same model. This year alone, near term, we will be needing 10,000 domestic engineers to fulfill the need of aerospace and defense industry. We don't have those people in the pipeline. We don't. Most of my aerospace partners are crazy hiring my people. Just had 54 people in Lockheed this year alone, asking for another 68. I don't have 68 coming in this pipeline. If I could produce another 68, they will take it tomorrow. We do make some progress. And I picked this three groups because supported by Office of STEM Education, Hispanics, Black, and Asian Americans. You can see that we grew in aerospace industry, area. But we started a low number. Of course, the percentage look good. But if you look at the actual number, still we are way behind what we're supposed to be. And obviously, key metrics for our success is the partnership. We developed an amazing amount. So for us, we started the Johnson Space Center, then branched out to 4 different NASA centers, many industry partners. It was a relentless pursuit of getting people to El Paso and UTEP, try to work. You know, if I have your email and phone number, you're gonna hear from me again and again and again until you agree to work with us. Okay. With my first slide, I'm just gonna try to summarize that the engagement, how it looks like, and what brought us. We're not there here. Remember, I have to go to 600 students by 2025 so that I can capture many domestic talents and put them in aerospace and defense industry. But the engagement, we summarized a full-blown engagement. So I picked one of my partners with Lockheed Martin and NASA, and to show that the area we engaged over the last decades to work together, and some of the major programs we supported. With that, thank you so much.